play, play. And the haters gonna hate, 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 baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it off, shake it off. Heartbreaker's gonna break, 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 break. And the faker's gonna fake, 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 baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome in to the Just Cause podcast. It is a glorious Victory Tuesday for me. I am joined by my other beautiful co-host, Matthew Roberts.
What's up?
Mr. I put up 84 points and also lost after, but still wants to be higher in the power rankings, is no longer with us. So it is just Matt and I today.
That's right.
So yeah, it was pretty exciting. How did your weekend go, Matt?
It was terrible.
I'm
It wasn't bad enough apparently to beat me. Someone had to go trash talk on the group chat.
yeah,
I was not happy.
You know, my stat of the week had been pretty much up to this point about how unlucky I was. You know, all my opponents had scored like 124 or more, but I would have only beat one person this week. It just so happens I played that person. So forget everything I said, and I am super grateful.
Okay, Steven,
Yep.
I also have to say, you know, you trash talk a lot, but in hindsight, it's more fun than going through it. You make fantasy football fun, Steven.
Oh yes, yeah. No, I don't. I like the trash talking. I wish there was more.
Yeah.
Maybe I should bring the heat more. So, you know, let's just jump into some power rankings. That'll kind of give us a way to recap what happened.
Yeah, let's do it.
Looks like we have a tie for number one between. By the way, this is just Matt and I's ranking since Blake is, you know, no longer with us.
Yeah, so this is a culmination of two people,
So
basically.
right, so
It means even less.
and we can kind of debate why we have this tie, because I have one person one, Matt has, well, I have You See Me Win one, Matt has 50 Shades of Slay one.
Yep.
We have the other teams two. So so that FYI, those are the ties for first. So Matt, why 50 Shades above You See Me Win?
If you had asked me this like 2 weeks ago, I would have been like, no, there's no way. But Spencer, you know, Robert Woods and Adam Thielen have shown that they can pick up the slack for Jordan Howard on his team. And not only that, they can just like put up huge numbers consistently every week. Well, Uncle Brian has Corey Davis to worry about on his lineup and Dion Lewis now with Cooper Kupp out, and that's gonna cost him quite a bit, especially since, you know, Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp are on the same team. So I feel like if one does good, the other won't succeed as much, and so
Yeah,
I think
I mean,
Spencer's team is a lot more solid.
you know, we're kind of
basically
splitting hairs here, but I mean, You See Me Win got 7 points from his quarterback. I don't think that happens every week. So that was
Right.
kind of unfortunate for him. But I shout out to Spencer. I don't even know if he listened to last week's podcast. I just was looking at his team and I saw this. We were kind of trashing him for having Tariq Cohen in there last week. And he switched it out and put in Jordan Howard. My, oh my, were we wrong? Like, let's see. Tariq Cohen had 23.1 to Jordan Howard's 4.9. Oh my goodness. So I don't even know if you listen to this anymore, Spencer, or if you ever did, but my bad.
Same.
Yeah. And he also has which would be my vote for fantasy MVP of the year, Adam Thielen, who has an NFL record 6 straight weeks to open the season with over 100 yards. Number one fantasy wide receiver also. So, yeah, that's pretty awesome. But
That is.
So anyway, let's just roll into our unanimous third place with that Tyreek, Pat Mahomes stack. Jared Golf Balls comes in at number 3. Boy, that's a dangerous stack. I
Yeah.
do not want to. Go ahead.
Mahomes scared me so bad in the first half. I was like, Caleb, did you play Mahomes over Rodgers this week? He was like, yeah. I was like, oh, that's not good. And then, man, that was a fun game to watch. It sucked that we didn't win. I think the Patriots are cowards for not throwing it deep instead of doing a field goal.
Yeah. We kind of trash his team, or we have in the past, or ranked him lower because of, like last week, it looks like we had him 8 because of his lack of running back depth. But I think we forget the fact that Todd Gurley is all the running back depth anybody needs. I mean, like, the guy, a 25
so
points is a really bad week for him. I mean, it's just, he's a freak. Yeah.
Oh, man, I only got 2 touchdowns this week.
Yeah, it's just not fair.
Dude.
Yeah. I bet you Katie's regretting not picking him number 1 for sure.
Yeah, he is on pace right now to outdo his enormous touchdown rate last year.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Sean McVay is a wizard. But so it looks like number 4 we have the Bubonic Plague, the girl who passed on Gurley, as she should be known. And then number 5 we have the Tourette's, Leonard's Tourette's. Yeah, he's got Kamara coming back next week, so
Yep.
I like him going forward. Looks like we have a tie at 6 with View from 417 and Chronic Bronchitis. This is mostly due to Matt, who has chronic bronchitis at number 4 after losing 2 straight games. So, Steven, it's not my fault.
Well, here's why I ranked Blake 4. So we are 5 spots apart, Kyle. That really surprised me. You have him 9.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if that's just out of cousin rivalry or what.
It's mostly to spite him, but yes, mostly to spite him.
I got you. But here's the deal. He's got Julio. He's got Christian McCaffrey. He's got Sony Michel, who looks like he could be a high-end RB2, low-end RB1. He's got Dalvin Cook, who's coming back from injury eventually.
Eventually. Kind of like Leonard Fournette.
He's got Brandon Cooks, who has that deep threat playability. He's kind of like a Stephon Diggs light, if you will. So I think he's got a good shot of not only making it to the playoffs, but doing well and making it past the first and even the second round. I might have him too low. But
I like his team.
He's got a stacked team, and I think, like, I'm trying to build my team to be his team, basically, because it's stacked.
Well, I mean, I like his team, don't get me wrong, but he had all those people you just mentioned the past 2 weeks. One of those weeks he put up 83 points. So, we'll see.
Anyone's got volatility from week to week. I mean, you don't know
it just seems like his
happen.
guys are the most volatile of the volatile, like a Julio who hasn't scored yet. And Brandon Cooks has had a history of, I think he's actually been less volatile this season, but Brandon Cooks historically has been extremely volatile. He
hasn't been this year.
Yeah, except 2 weeks ago when he put up 0 points.
Julio hasn't scored any touchdowns, but I don't think that makes him volatile. If anything, that makes him consistent.
Well, I mean, historically, like if you look at Julio last season, he was the most volatile player. Like he had, I would say, I can't remember the statistic, but it was literally like 10 weeks where he wasn't even a wide receiver 3 or better, like top 36.
Also, if you look historically, Le'Veon Bell is always a running back 1 if he's healthy.
Well, this is true, but he's not on the field. So is Julio not on the field?
You can't judge anything by last year. That's my point.
Yeah. So I guess then we should just draft guys who were awful last year. You should take Brock Osweiler first round next year.
Well,
since we don't look at previous years.
Well, actually,
you got to throw away. You got to throw away last year.
That would have been smarter than you would think, Kyle. As we've seen.
Oh yes, that is kind of some some foresight into our next segment. But anyway, let's see. That was a long discussion on the tie for 6th. So let's end that and roll into
8th.
to number 8, which is may generate some.
Also a huge gap.
Also a 5-point gap. We have
Yeah,
Back to
it's
the
like-
Future. Evan, it's all Matt bringing you down because I have you
That's
5. He's got
Darn
you 10.
right.
So why the shade for Evan?
Shady.
I
Shady's for shady.
I do not hate Shady anymore. Honestly, I think he's got decent days ahead, and especially if he gets traded right before the trade deadline. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. But
Yeah, he's really
even if he
not,
stays in, go ahead.
he's not the only reason that I don't like his team. I mean, I don't really like his depth. Now you got a weird situation going on with the Baltimore wide receivers, so we don't know who the target monster is going to be on a week-to-week basis. And also Jarvis Landry has been a huge disappointment without Josh Gordon there. We thought he was gonna take over, but it's 1 week it's been Antonio Callaway, 1 week it's been Rashard Higgins, 1 week it's been some new guy that no one's heard of. I forgot his name because I've never heard of him before this.
Mostly it's just been nobody. Baker has not been making anybody really relevant.
Right, except himself.
No, he hadn't even been really relevant lately.
True.
But let's see. Do I want to say this? Am I going to send any more offers out? Okay, I guess I'll say it because he's declined so many. I don't think I have any possibility of getting him. But I really like Jarvis going forward, and I think he is about as buy low as you can buy low, and I think he's going to be a monster second half of the year. His schedule, let me pull it up, from the rest of the year. I mean, I don't care how bad Mayfield is playing. He's going to get a ton of work. Let's see. He plays Tampa this week. Juicy. Pittsburgh. Kansas City. Atlanta. Those are his next 4 games. I don't want to water bet that because, that's just too long to get, I want my satisfaction within a week or so. But I bet you he's a wide receiver 1 for the next 4 weeks. Anyway, that's my thought.
All right.
Number 9. This is yours truly. I'm going to really win.
And that's only based on my rankings.
Yes. And which leads us into number 10, solely based on my rankings, the malignant carcinoma.
Yeah, this is where we belong, Kyle.
Yes, it is. Well,
this has been a poopy season.
I mean, at least it makes sense. You lost and you actually went down instead of winning and going down.
Yeah, true.
Rankings.
Yeah.
So
This is justified. That's all I'm asking.
Right. 11. I think a guy who's got a good chance at getting back to 500 soon with this matchup this week, Tomophilus Flu. And then finally we have the winless Tofunchus, who I think is probably the best winless team I can ever remember. If he doesn't get, I think the Mark Ingram thing really hurt him being suspended, his number 1 running back. But, Mark Ingram, AJ Green, Odell Beckham, Cam Newton, if he doesn't get a win in the next couple of weeks, I will be super surprised. And I think I may predict it this next week. Let's find out. But, so, we have an interesting stat of the week. Well, actually, it's kind of this segment we wanted to talk about, but we're going to call it our stat of the week also. It is QBs that were worse than Brock Osweiler this past week. Just out of curiosity, Matt, I don't know if you've looked at it. Do you know how many points Brock Osweiler put up?
26 fantasy points on the week.
That is true. So, let's just see here. Carson Wentz was worse than Brock Osweiler this week. Cam Newton was worse. Andrew Luck. Tom Brady. Brendan Roethlisberger. Russell Wilson was worse. And then Phillip Rivers was way worse, which is kind of surprising. And then my man, Deshaun Watson, who
Was way
pretty much
worse.
everybody was better than. So, yeah, those are some ridiculously good quarterbacks that got... Some of them even had great weeks that were outplayed by the former Texan and Giraffe, Brock Osweiler. So, poopers this week. Matt, what pooper you got?
Okay, this guy is probably the reason why Steven won. I'm not gonna lie. Chicago's defense, special teams got -1 points on my lineup, which I would like to pull up an interesting stat about them. This is the first week all season, besides their bye week, that they have scored less than 12 points.
Wow, that's crazy.
And 12 was their lowest besides their bye week. The other weeks they scored 13 and 21.
True story. I almost tried to send some juicy trade offers for them this week. That's how much I like them.
True story, they're still the number 1 defense on the year after getting -1 points.
Yep, that's
Boom.
ridiculous. That shows you how much scoring's been going on. But so I'm gonna tilt here. I had Deshaun Watson as my pooper candidate, but he was, he pooped all over my team, and I still won. Thank you, Jake. But I'm gonna tilt here and not go with them, and go with the Bubonic Plagues combination of defense and kicker, who combined to get her -1.
Yeah,
She
that
played the New
sucks.
England defense, which was dumb, playing against Kansas City. I don't know why she did that. But anyway, they got -2, and then her kicker got 1 point. Josh Lambo, the Jacksonville kicker, combined for -1. That's bananas. Her opponent had 30 more points than she did from kicker and defense combined, and she still won. So that is my pooper for the week. Those
That's
two.
a pretty good one.
Yeah, that's pretty awful. But I mean, I guess some of it's deserved playing New England against Kansas City. You kind of get what you ask for there. But so let's roll into our quick picks of week 7. Our first matchup, we have Gonna Really Win, which I need to change my team name back to Gonna Really Win, because I'm taking this thing all the way. Versus
Gonna win out from now on.
Yeah, versus Dak to the future. Matt, who's winning that one?
Me and Blake actually both have Evan because Devontae Adams is on bye. That's the only reason.
I'm terribly sorry y'all are going to lose that. That's
No,
okay.
we are gonna really win, Kyle.
We'll see. But next matchup, we have You See Me Win versus 417. This is an interesting one. You See Me Win's team is a little banged up, but he's still got that Melvin Gordon, Saquon running back stack there.
Which equals one Todd Gurley.
Well, I think they're maybe a little bit more than one Todd Gurley.
Well,
Maybe like a Todd Gurley.
Watch him put up
Like
60 points next week. You probably made him mad,
Todd
Kyle.
Gurley's. Yeah, I probably did. Let's see. Man, this is not a easy matchup.
So can I go ahead and say
You-
what me and Blake picked?
you go ahead.
All right. So Blake picked Uncle Brian, but I'm going to zig where he is zagged because I have to get above his 50% and stay there somehow. So I picked Steven, the guy that just beat me, because clearly if he beats the best team in the league, then he's going to beat all the other teams. I mean, it's just...
He's got Doug
Yeah.
Baldwin on bye, and Amari Cooper, 417 is, which that's actually probably a good thing.
Yeah,
Amari Cooper's on bye.
those are like his 2 worst receivers.
Dude, did you not see what Doug Baldwin did this past week?
I did, Kyle. I played against him. I saw what he did,
This is true.
and I saw what Tyler Boyd did, and I've seen what Kenny Galladay can do. So
Yeah. Man, this is tough. I can't go against Melvin Gordon, Barkley, and Hopkins, though, so I'm going to go with You See Me Win. But, man, I really think that's a toss-up. Next matchup, the Leonard's Tourette's versus the Golf Balls. Blake has the golf balls. Matt, who do you got?
I put Jack down, but now I'm looking at that and asking myself why. Why did I do that?
Yeah, I mean, the golf balls, it's just that Gurley, oh my gosh, Gurley at San Francisco. If he doesn't have
Oh.
3 touchdowns. I mean, maybe San Francisco is better than we thought because they
Yeah.
should have beaten the Packers the other night, but
I don't know.
I think they're going to come back to reality, and Todd Gurley's going to have 3 touchdowns.
I'm going to take Jack still. I think I'm going to take Jack. Baltimore is going to be a
Tide at
shootout.
Tampa.
And he has
I'm
to
taking
do it.
Caleb. I'm taking Caleb.
All right.
Let's see. Tomophilus flu versus Bubonic plague. Well, I know Bubonic plague's like whole entire team is on bye. So
Yeah, this is a pretty easy one.
this is pretty easy. We're a unanimous Tomophilus flu on this one. Bronchitis versus the toe fungus.
I'm taking Blake
Matt, who you
without hesitation.
taking Blake without hesitation over the winless team. Come on, phone, load. There it is. Let's see here. He's got Mark Ingram back against Baltimore. Blake's matchups are pretty good. Maybe Janoris Jenkins can do something to Julio. I'm taking the toe funches for his first win.
Interesting.
I'm not even joking. I really think he gets a win.
Hmm.
Last
So
matchup.
Blake had Spencer winning this one. It's between me and Spencer.
Yes, Carcinoma versus 50 Shades of Slay. Blake has Spencer. Just realistically, Matt, how do you like your odds?
It depends on how the trades go that I'm trying to work out this week.
Assume none of them happen.
Okay, I am dead. I'm rolling over and dying. That's it.
We should mention too that no trades happened this week.
Boring.
So that is why we did not talk about them.
It's not my fault.
Man, and
Not my fault.
he's got such a stacked team. I mean, Jeffrey's a beast too. I remember earlier in the year I tried doing some trades with him, and he was saying that he wanted to bolster up his receivers, or he might have thought they were weak or something. And looking at them now, he's got like one of the best receiving corps in the league.
Yeah.
So that being said, I am picking 50 Shades of Slay. Oh, because AB is on bye. That's probably...
That's a death
of the
blow,
reason.
yeah.
So, yeah, if you want to trade him to me, Matt, I'm more than willing. But
Okay.
that
Sure.
sums
Yeah.
it up for our matchups. Anything else we missed, Matt?
You guys are going to have to outbid my $28 bid on Ito Smith.
Oh, yeah. I guess since you said that, we can talk about it.
Should we give it
Devontae
away?
Freeman.
Oh, dang.
Well, you just did.
Well, he's at the top of
Devontae
the
Freeman.
waiver wire anyway, man.
Well, I can wait to post this till Wednesday
Okay.
morning if we really...
Do that. Do that. Post it tonight at
No, I'm
2
posting it in an
a.m.
hour. Well, actually, that'd be before waivers go,
Oh,
so I don't know
crap.
if you want that, because people are going to listen to it
At
right
2
away.
a.m., yeah. They're
Yeah,
gonna skip
so,
to the end.
Yeah. Well, anyway, spoiler alert, Devontae Freeman is on IR. Ooh.
Dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun.
it's not really surprising, I guess. He was kind of already on IR in my mind,
Basically,
I
yeah.
think. So, yeah. Poor Tomophilus flu. Although he has... That makes that Julio trade look less ridiculous now. Was it Julio that for Tevin Coleman? I think it
It was
was.
straight up for Tevin Coleman, which still, nah.
It's still bad, but
It's-
it's a little bit better.
Yeah.
So, yep. Well, that does it for us, guys.
Yep.
Looking forward to getting back to that 500, man. Let's see, what do I need? 2 more wins? We can do it, Matt. We can
Let's
get
go,
back to 500.
cuz.
We can do it. All right, you and me in the championship, right?
Yeah, I'll meet you there. It'll be a long, hard road.
Uh.
Steven, I want to say one more thing. Week 12. I got you, and I'm gonna be the team to knock you out of the playoffs.
Oh gosh.
I'm gonna be one of them anyway.
I think he's gonna lock it up before that, but
No.
but dream on.
I will.
Alrighty,
Like, subscribe,
everybody, get your Brocks.
comment.
I'm starting Brock this week. Be ready. Be
And I'm
afraid.
starting Albert Wilson.
Yep. Alrighty, guys, that does it for us.
All right, peace out.
I'll see you next week.
Hey, 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 baby, I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake it